unless you drop your book in the bath, and then you've got problems. Then you've had a bad day. No one wants a soggy book. Hello guys, and welcome back to Car Obsession. By now you may have seen my first drive video with the brand new Citroen C4. No, this isn't history repeating itself, this is the Citroen e-C4. Yes, that's right, this is the electric one. This was the 5th model to come out of Citroen's Electric for All campaign in 2020, whereby they wanted to release 6 electrified models. But is it any good? Well, let's take it out for a quick spin to find out. Right, so yes, the new e-C4. Now, like with my C4 video, this is a first drive, so these are really my first impressions, so this isn't really going to be a full comprehensive review, but hopefully I can give you enough first impressions to let you know whether or not this car is worth buying. Now, if you do have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section below. So, okay, away we go in probably near silence. Let's turn off the heated seats, I don't need those. Let's turn off the climate control. Right. There we go, we are in business. And away in near silence. The steering is nice and light when you're simply manoeuvring around. So under the bonnet, I have a 136 horsepower electric motor, which also offers 260 Newton meters of torque. Feeding that electric motor is a 50 kilowatt hour battery, which has a range of 217 miles, which is by no means groundbreaking, but it should be enough for your day-to-day commute. Well, of course it will be, unless you're traveling long distances, of course. But what I mean is, if you're using this car to do local commutes or to do the school run, then you should really have enough charge for a week. Of course, it is time to speak about charging times. If you use a 100 kilowatt charger, you'll get this from 0 to 80% in half an hour. And if you use a 7 kilowatt charger, such as a wall box at home, then you'll get this from 0 to 100% in 7.5 hours. Top speed, in case you're wondering, although it is pretty irrelevant, is 93 miles per hour, and this car will hit 62 miles per hour in 9 seconds, but again, that is kind of irrelevant. There's a very strong chance you won't be buying this car for speed or for performance. Now, like the petrol version of the C4 I drove earlier, first impressions, it is very comfortable. It's very quiet in here as well, because I've got the electrification, so I've got no engine, of course. Although, to be honest, the petrol version, the engine at cruising speed was near silent anyway. But this is a bit quieter, of course, and you still have that wonderfully impressive ride comfort, and these seats are fantastic. This model is the Shine Plus, therefore it is the range-topping version. That means I have these lovely, sumptuous leather seats. They are really nice. Actually, in fact, I wonder if I can nick these and put these in my lounge. Do you think Citroen would notice? Yeah, you're right, they would, wouldn't they? Pity, these are very nice. Yes, they certainly are nice, but what else is offered as part of the Shine Plus trim level, and how much would it cost you? The Shine Plus is the range-topping model, which starts from £34,995, offering standard features such as 18-inch alloys, LED lights, 10-inch touchscreen, DAB radio, Bluetooth, smartphone connectivity, navigation, 5.5-inch digital driver's display, head-up display, Siena leather seats, heated front seats, dual-zone climate control, wireless phone charging, premium hi-fi and keyless entry. There's also a good host of safety features, including automatic headlights with high beam assist, autonomous emergency braking, speed limit information, driver attention alert, blind spot monitoring, and highway driver assist. The highway driver assist uses adaptive cruise control and lane keep assist, and it means this trim level is able to offer level 2 semi-autonomous driving. It's also worth noting that until the 31st of March this year, any orders of the e-C4 will be greeted by a free pod point, which would normally cost the customer £509. However, that offer does run out in a few days, so if you are interested, you better get your skates on. I do actually have a selection of drive modes, so let's see what these are about. So, pretty bog standard. I've got Eco, Normal or Sport. Let's go into Eco as we're kind of in and around town. Gives you more economical driving, of course. I've also got a B mode for the gearbox, which gives me a bit of regenerative braking, which is actually quite strong, actually. Why did I say actually twice? I don't know. You tell me. Some cars I've driven that have the B driving mode, I found the regenerative braking is a little bit subtle, but in this the e-C4, when you have it in the B mode and you actually lift off, yeah, the regen braking is quite strong. Right, now out on a more open road. I'm good. Let's pop it into Sport, see what's what. Just wait for the, oh blimey, that's quite responsive. Just wait for the national speed limit to come up, then I'll be away. Right, and here we go, see what the performance is like. Yeah, that's quite brisk. And near silent. Fantastic. Very refined. Impressive stuff, Citroen. Well done. The steering has also got a little bit heavier in Sport as well. But to be fair, this car isn't really designed to be sporty. Although, that throttle response, that is pretty ample. But let's put it back into normal. I think that suits the character of this car a little bit more. Because the e-C4 was designed at the same time as the petrol and diesel variants, it means there's no compromises in regard to space or practicality. Some vehicles, the electric version penalises you by having a smaller boot. No such issue in the e-C4. You get the exact 380 litres worth of space that you would do in the standard C4. Rear space is also unchanged as well. So don't think that you will have to make compromises if you were to go for the electric version of the C4. Of course, you do have that potential range anxiety, but let's be fair, 217 miles is pretty agreeable. That is pretty ample. It's not as much as, let's say, a Kia e-Niro, but it should be enough just for you to potter about, take the kids to school, pop to your supermarket to get some essentials, and then commuting to work, if you're not working from home right now, of course, because of COVID. As you would expect from an electric powertrain, the response is pretty quick. That's not to say this feels like a Tesla, of course, but it does feel responsive to drive. Feels quite nippy. I reckon you could exploit gaps in traffic or overtake with ease. And this is an easy car to drive. Like the standard C4, it is very comfortable as well. Refinement is very good. It's very quiet in here, even though I'm doing 39 miles per hour. I don't feel the need to shout. In fact, I could whisper, and I'm pretty sure you could still hear me. The electric motor works away in the background very quietly. It doesn't make a fuss, it doesn't make a song and dance out of what it's doing. It's just in the background, barely noticeable. And I think that will appeal to the majority of you watching. The e-C4, like its ICE equivalent, internal combustion engine equivalent, it's a very laid back kind of car. It's as peaceful as reading a book in the bath, and just as relaxing, frankly. Unless you drop your book in the bath, and then you've got problems. Then you've had a bad day. No one wants a soggy book. Like the standard C4, this car isn't made for handling, but it does well enough in the corners. I haven't got any complaints, especially as I know this car isn't going to be the last word in handling, because it's all about the comfort, of which it does very well. There's quite a thud back there, but I wasn't really disturbed. The e-C4 is a really pleasurable, laid-back car to drive, but to be honest, so is the petrol version. The addition of the electric motor and the battery only elevates the level of ease and comfort that the C4 can offer, or in this case, the e-C4. The steering is light. All of the controls are light, in fact. I reckon this will be an easy car to live with. Like the standard car, I love the fact how Citroen has put a lot of thought in regard to the livability, I suppose is the word for it, for this car. You've got plenty of cubby holes inside. You've got the innovative smart pad thing, whatever it's called. I like the drawer that comes out. You can put your smartphone into, or your tablet. That's clever, good thinking. Got not one but two trays down here where you can put your smartphone. As standard in this vehicle, I've got wireless phone charging as well. Door bins are a decent size. As the electric cars go, I definitely think you can do worse than the Citroen e-C4. It's got a pretty decent range. It's comfortable, responsive, easy to drive. Pretty much all the things you want from an electric car. Okay, you may want a longer range, but 217 miles is not to be sniffed at, in my opinion. So there we go, my drive in the Citroen e-C4. Time to sum up. What this car does is it takes everything that is so good about the standard C4, i.e. the comfort, the way how it drives, the refinement, but of course it makes it more future-proof and makes it more sustainable. And I think that will appeal to a lot of buyers. Anyway, I do hope you have enjoyed this video or found it useful. If so, be sure to like, comment and subscribe. If you are subscribed, don't forget to click the bell icon so you get notified every time I make a video. But until the next time, guys, be sure to keep up the car obsession.